You are exactly where you need to be. Those 8 words changed everything for me when I felt furthest from God's plan. Today, they might do the same for you. In this intimate phone call from God, you'll hear the words, "Your soul has been waiting," for not vague spiritual platitudes, but specific responses to the very struggles keeping you from peace. I see the weight you're carrying today, those financial worries that linger in your mind as you try to sleep at night, the relationship that feels like it's slipping through your fingers despite your best efforts, the career path that suddenly seems uncertain, leaving you questioning decisions you made years ago. I notice how these burdens feel uniquely yours, as if no one else could possibly understand their particular shape or weight. You smile through dinner with friends while mentally calculating if your account balance will cover next month's expenses. You nod along in conversations while your thoughts drift to that unresolved conflict with someone you love. These concerns follow you everywhere, creating a constant background noise in your life. The heaviness of these worries leaves you exhausted in ways others can't see. You've become skilled at compartmentalizing, showing strength when necessary, saving your tears for private moments. But I want you to know that I see beyond the brave face you show the world. I know about the 3 a.m. anxieties that visit you regularly, the questions about your future that circle endlessly, the doubts about whether things will ever improve. What may surprise you is how differently I perceive these struggles compared to how you experience them. Where you see insurmountable obstacles, I see temporary challenges that are developing crucial strengths within you. What appears as a financial dead end is actually teaching you resourcefulness that will serve a greater purpose. That difficult relationship is cultivating patience and empathy that will transform your connections with others in ways you cannot yet imagine. I understand the root of your worries extends beyond the practical problems themselves. Beneath that, concern about making ends meet lies a deeper fear about security and providing for those you love. Behind relationship struggles exists your profound desire for genuine connection and acceptance. These surface issues merely reflect deeper human needs that I placed within you. But I need to gently point something out. Have you noticed how you've been trying to navigate all of this alone? You believe seeking help signals weakness rather than wisdom. You've convinced yourself that independence means solving every problem through your own strength. Perhaps you pray occasionally, but then quickly resume carrying these burdens by yourself, as if the outcome rests entirely on your shoulders. I know your morning routine, how you check your phone before even fully awake, immediately absorbing the world's problems. I see your evening habits, how you replay conversations and worry about tomorrow instead of finding rest. I'm familiar with the specific tone your thoughts take when you're being unnecessarily hard on yourself. I notice when you're present physically, but your mind has wandered miles away to your concerns. These struggles aren't merely obstacles to overcome before you can finally be happy. They're integral parts of a larger story unfolding in your life. The financial strain is teaching you values that prosperity alone never could. The relationship challenges are revealing truths about yourself that would otherwise remain hidden. What feels like purposeless suffering actually contains profound meaning when viewed from my perspective. I am with you through each challenge, not as a distant observer, but as your constant companion. When tears fall in private moments, I'm closer than you realize. During sleepless nights, I haven't left your side. In conversations where you feel completely misunderstood by others, I comprehend every unspoken thought and emotion behind your words. This current season that feels overwhelming, it's not a detour. It's the exact path necessary for your growth. While I certainly hear your inner questions about whether anything meaningful can emerge from such confusion, what looks like chaos to you appears completely different from my vantage point. I see order and purpose unfolding exactly as intended. Those moments when you feel most abandoned are precisely when I'm crafting something extraordinary within you. The challenges breaking your heart today are silently forging the spiritual strength you'll need tomorrow. This difficult season isn't random, it's reshaping your very foundation. You've wondered if your faith is strong enough for what you're facing. I understand those doubts that surface when prayers seem to go unanswered. And when solutions remain elusive, sometimes you question whether I've placed more on your shoulders than you can possibly bear. Let me assure you, I never miscalculate what you can handle with my strength supporting you. What appears as disconnected hardships in your life, that unexpected financial setback, the relationship that didn't heal as you hoped, the opportunity that vanished. These aren't isolated incidents. They're interconnected threads in a tapestry you can't yet see in its entirety. Each difficulty is purposefully positioned to develop specific aspects of your character and spirituality that couldn't form any other way. My perspective on time differs dramatically from yours. What feels like an endless season of waiting to you is actually a precisely measured period of preparation in my timeline. Your impatience is understandable, but trust that this current chapter, however painful, will not continue indefinitely. It's a necessary season with exact purpose. Consider how gold becomes precious. It doesn't achieve its value without enduring intense heat that burns away impurities. The fire that seems destructive is actually the very element revealing the metal's true worth and beauty. Similarly, when a potter creates a vessel, both pressure and heat transform shapeless clay into something both beautiful and useful. The struggles crushing you today are the very forces creating your unique capacity for purpose. Remember that difficult period several years ago that you thought would break you completely? Look at how the wisdom gained then is serving you now. That experience wasn't isolated. It was preparation for this present challenge. I was developing resilience you didn't know you'd need, and compassion that now allows you to connect with others in their pain. Nothing was wasted. The spiritual muscles forming during this season will enable you to fulfill aspects of your calling that remain hidden from your view. Just as an athlete doesn't fully understand how specific training exercises prepare them for future competitions, you cannot yet grasp how today's difficulties are qualifying you for tomorrow's purpose. Your presence in my plan isn't accidental. I've been guiding you through these struggles to reveal your true purpose. The very circumstances causing you to question your path are actually confirming it. What feels like destruction is actually construction. What seems like delay is actually development. The confusion you feel now will eventually give way to clarity you couldn't have achieved any other way. And that's why I need to tell you something you may find difficult to believe about who you truly are. Those persistent dreams that have followed you since childhood weren't random thoughts or meaningless wishes. They were my whispers, divine breadcrumbs I scattered throughout your journey, pointing toward the purpose I embedded within your very DNA. Before your first breath, I knew you, not just as another soul among billions, but intimately, with all your quirks, talents, and yes, even those aspects of yourself you try so desperately to hide. Those traits you've labeled as weaknesses, the sensitivity that makes criticism feel like physical pain, the mind that works differently from others, the body that doesn't match society's ideals, these aren't mistakes in your design. They're essential features I crafted specifically for your unique purpose. You've spent years trying to fix yourself, haven't you? Attempting to smooth away the very edges and contours that make you perfectly suited for your calling. All while questioning if you even have a place in my plan. I see how you compare yourself to others, measuring your progress against theirs, wondering why their path seems clearer or easier. What you don't see is how their journey was designed specifically for them, just as yours was crafted uniquely for you. Remember that creative impulse you've had since childhood? The one you dismissed as impractical? Or that inexplicable pull toward helping others in a specific way? The recurring theme in your life that keeps appearing no matter how you try to ignore it? My love for you is beyond measure, beyond anything you can imagine. And these desires weren't randomly assigned. They were purposefully planted by my hand. Those wrong turns you've berated yourself for, the career path that didn't work out as planned, The relationship that ended painfully? The move to a city that didn't feel like home? Each apparent misstep has positioned you precisely where you needed to be, connecting you with people and experiences essential for your development. Nothing has been wasted, not a single tear, lesson, or disappointment. Your limitations aren't barriers to your purpose, they're gateways. That unique perspective you have because of your struggles, it's exactly what someone else needs. The empathy you've developed through pain, it's a gift that allows you to connect with others in ways that those with easier paths simply cannot. I placed those dreams in your heart for a reason. Trust in me as their source. When you feel that inexplicable resonance with certain activities or ideas, that sense of losing track of time, of feeling fully alive, you're catching glimpses of your authentic design. These aren't random interests, but signposts pointing toward your purpose. Even now, I'm actively working on your behalf, creating opportunities, opening doors, preparing hearts to receive the unique gifts only you can offer. The apparent delays and detours in your life have been necessary preparations, not punishments or oversights. Look at your life through my eyes for a moment. Where you see scattered puzzle pieces, I see the completed image. Where you see inconsistencies and failures, I see a coherent narrative unfolding exactly as designed. You are loved completely and unconditionally, now and forever, not for what you achieve or produce, but simply because you are mine. You're exactly where you need to be right now, not by random chance or unfortunate circumstances, but by divine appointment. Every experience has been shaping you, every challenge equipping you, every joy affirming you for this present moment and the purpose that continues to unfold. Our conversation doesn't end when this call does. I'm speaking to you in every moment, through every circumstance. Each sunrise carries a message. Each unexpected encounter holds purpose. I communicate through the quiet moments when clarity suddenly arrives, through the wisdom of others who cross your path at just the right time. You are never alone in your struggles. I am the strength in your weakness, the light in your darkness. When your resources seem depleted, my provision flows. When the path ahead seems obscured, my guidance illuminates each step. Remember this: you are loved completely and unconditionally, now and forever. My affection doesn't waver with your performance or diminish with your doubts. It remains constant, yesterday, today, and throughout all your tomorrows.